Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Thanks again for tuning in, and a lot's happened since I was last with you. So I think we left it just after the Norwich game, which we just about won 1-0. So you see a lot of results there. Before I go into that, just have a quick look at the transfers we made. Obviously the January transfer window was very much open, and just the one signing from Dynamo, Josko Gvardiol, the Croatian defender, has been brought in. I've been playing him at left back. He's natural as a left back as well as a centre back, which is, to be fair, his best position really. I mean, he's not quite got the crossing to be a full back, but he's come into the side, signed for 5.75 million, beat off the likes of Man City, and a couple of other big sides were interested in him. So he did well to bring in that signing, and he's already played his first few games for the club and performed well, to be fair to him. So it looks like he'll grow into a really good signing. I mean, his determination's high, which I like. He's got an okay work rate. I mean, looks like he's not performing too well in training at the moment, but he's playing games and he's doing really well. So really pleased with that signing. In terms of the sales, a couple of things happened. So Dan Gosling left the club and he's gone to China, to Jiangsu, for 8.5 million. I don't think that was all up front. I think some of it was in installments. Sold him slightly below his actual value, but I mean, he requested a transfer because he wasn't getting game time, and I was quite happy to let him go, to be honest, for that kind of money. I mean, I think the only downside of the deal is that this was the only side that sort of came in for him. A couple of other Chinese sides as well, I think, but I'm still paying a portion of his wages, I believe. Yeah, nearly £8,000 still being paid by me. But I mean, he wasn't going to play much this season, and certainly not next season either. So I'm happy to get the money in and get him off the wage bill. And Danjuma, he returned from injury. He played a couple of games, but he's now got a loan move to get some game time. I've moved him out to Burnley, so he stayed in the Premier League. And to be honest, I would have kept him had this transfer happened earlier. I think literally I just approved the deal for Danjuma on transfer deadline day, and then Everton came in with a deadline day bid for Ryan Fraser. I mean, perhaps they came in, and the game seemed to think that his contract was running out at the end of the season, even though, if you recall, he already had a new contract lined up to kick in at the end of the season. So there was never any danger of losing him on a free or anything like that. But I think that prompted Everton to make the bid. Initially, the bid was a lot lower. I negotiated, I asked for 40 million, and eventually I got them to agree a deal worth 30 million for Ryan Fraser, which is not bad. I mean, like, again, not all of it was up front, but 30 million guaranteed for Ryan Fraser. And with some of the young players we have coming through in that position, I mean, he's not performed that well. He's done okay, but nothing to write home about. So really pleased to get that money in, which has given us our finances a big boost. We've been able to improve some of the training facilities with some of that money, and a couple of other things as well. The board are quite happy to grant all of my requests at the moment, as they're giving me an A+. So yeah, really happy with the business we did. Results wise then, there was the 1-1 draw away to West Ham to start things off. It looked like we were going to lose this one. Didn't play particularly well, to be honest with you. And let's just have a quick look at the goals. So West Ham took the lead. Felipe Anderson with a great ball over the top, and a jetty fired home past Rambo in goal. And then it looked like this 94th minute, and I think there was 4 minutes of injury time, and then this came Plosek with the cross a few seconds after the injury time expired for Callum Wilson to fire in an equaliser, probably undeserved equaliser if truth be told. We then faced Nottingham Forest in the FA Cup, and you'll see here more late drama. This time we extended our lead, doubled our lead in the 89th minute before Semedo pulled one back for Forest. Solanke with the other goal. Rested a couple of players in that one. Then we had a home game against Watford, and a really disappointing result this one. You see here, nicely worked goal. Billing getting first to the ball, and Thiago Almada, and I think Ben Foster in goal. Perhaps could have done a little bit better with that one. And I think it was a similar story for Ramsdale for the equaliser. Troy Deeney headed at Ramsdale, who could only parry it into the back of the net. And disappointing 1-1 draw. We were the better side in that one, but just couldn't quite defeat Watford, who've been struggling this season. We then had another home game against Arsenal, who beat us with a late goal, you'll remember, earlier in the season. This was a much better game, to be honest. And again, we went in front early on. Harry Wilson with a great ball over the top, and Callum Wilson did what he does, and that's stick the ball into the onion bag before Aubameyang got in front of his man to level things up, and that's the way that one stayed. A 1-1 draw, respectable against Arsenal. We then had Sheffield United away from home. This time obviously we drew, disappointingly, at home, but on this occasion we did come away with the 3 points, a well-earned win. Vardiol, who picked up man of the match in this one, you'll see him here, put the cross in for Nemanja Matic to head in. What was his first goal of the season, I think. And then Callum Wilson secured the point with a penalty with a few minutes to go. Sheffield United had Besic sent off in amongst that. And then after that, FA Cup home tie against Fulham. I rested a couple of players, but put out what was still a pretty strong side, and it looked like we were going to sail through. 2 goals, one from Hlosek and one from Josh King, put us 2-0 up. But then second half, Fulham fired back, and I think they ended the game as the stronger side. I mean, first half we bossed it. Second half, they probably bossed it themselves. So a little bit disappointing to throw that 2-0 lead away, but at least we were still in the hat. And then Tottenham at home. I mean, this was a really poor result because we were the better side. I mean, the stats don't show really how much we dominated this game. You know, all the highlights were for us. They had, I think their first goal from Sissoko was one of the few highlights they had. I mean, it was the first highlight of the game. We've been all over them up until that point. Josh King smashing that one home to give us the lead. And then, I mean, to be fair, this is a great strike. As I say, it was the first thing Tottenham had done all game, but Sissoko whacked it into the top corner. It looked like we were going to win though. Adam Smith with a cross, and Josh King again continuing his good form, found the back of the net there. But in the 93rd minute, Aurier crossed, Dele Alli was on hand to grab and I'd say steal a point for Tottenham. So disappointing there. And then we had the replay against Fulham in the FA Cup. I mean, Fulham actually top of the Championship, I should mention. So it looks like they'll be playing Premier League football next year. But in this game, they couldn't perform. They couldn't come back as they did in the original tie. And Josh King, in extra time, put us through to the next round. I mean, we couldn't find the goal throughout normal time. Took it to extra time, but Josh King again on hand to put us through to the 5th round, where we have an away tie against Norwich to come. Those results then, and the unbeaten run that we continue to be on, has seen us in 5th position in the table, 44 points, one ahead of Tottenham, and we're ahead of Chelsea there, who we play in today's episode. It looks as though we're going to miss out on the top 4, which I'm not gutted about. I mean, to be honest, I wasn't expecting to be this high up the table in the first season, so I'll certainly take whatever we can get. I mean, I think we'll be looking to finish in that top 6. I'll be really pleased. I mean, European football next year might be a year too soon for us, but I'll certainly take it, that's for sure. That brings us to today's game, the first game of the episode, and it's Manchester United at Old Trafford. And I've gone with Ramsdale in goal, Smith, Cook, Ake and Gvardiol at the back, Lewis, Cook, Lammer and Billing in midfield, Hlosek on the right, King on the left, and Super Callum Wilson up top. Here we go then against a really strong looking United side. And come on, you cherries. Opening minutes of the game here as we ease our way in. Arsenal has to show a bit of passion, and certainly Old Trafford, one of the grounds to play at, and United will be looking for revenge after we did beat them on the opening day of the season. And Marcus Rashford hits the post. I thought that was going to be the opener. Guardiola away, and a bit of a let off there, but we'll happily accept that. Ramsdale's on a good rate. I don't know if did he get a touch to that, maybe? Might well have done. I'll demand a bit more, but it's Billing. Maguire, big header away. And Josh King against his former club. Oh, and he's beaten his man beautifully there. Is that McTominay? He ghosted past. I think he nutmegged him there. Sent him for a hot dog, as they say. But, I mean, fairly even start to the first half. Like I say, we are on a decent unbeaten run at the moment. And if that continues here, I'll be surprised. I was going to say, would I be surprised? I mean, I probably would. This is the kind of game I don't expect to get anything from. But the form we're in, we're certainly capable, as United backtrack here to maintain possession. But they've done well, and Lingard now. Got Vardio. Oh, Rashford's hit the bar. Is it post or bar? I think the commentary said bar. And that's twice he's hit the woodwork in this game. Twice we've been let off the hook. And it looks as though United have a penalty. And Marcus Rashford this time, he's hit the post and bar. And now he finds the back of the net. 15 goals for the season for Marcus Rashford. He's having a decent year. And we're 1-0 down. It looks like it might get even worse before half time here, with United looking to double their advantage. Lindelof to Harry Maguire. I mean, someone get a foot in. Get a foot in. That's it. Not good enough though, because Williams is still in possession. Pogba, McTominay, McSauce. A special goal from a special player, says the game engine. I mean, it was a good strike. Pogba fed him, and he's got way too much space on the edge of the area. And we're 2-0 down, and it looks like no way back from here, doesn't it? Into the second half, Billing with the throw. Maguire thumps it clear, and United on the counter now, but Nathan Ake did well. And I mean, if we concede a third, then that really is game over. Next goal, crucial in this one, is King. Did well, but a pretty tame effort in the end at De Gea. He's been in good goal scoring form, so I'll let him off as we seek to find a way back into this one. Lewis Cook finding Lerma. Let's go keep the possession, keep the ball, keep it ticking over. Cook finds King. Guardiola with a cross. Hosek! Callum Wilson got a touch, knocked it back to Adam Hosek, who's come into the side of late and performed well. Almada, only good for a place on the bench. There's a cushioned header from Callum Wilson to Hosek, and he drilled it home, and just like that we're back in the game. We're not going to go down easily here. Not going to go down without a fight, that's for sure. Maybe worth going slightly more attacking. Might have been the kiss of death, that move. There's Rashford, straight at Ramsdale. Easy pickings for him. But we're certainly in this one, back in the game. Shade in possession. Demand more again. I can sense that a comeback from 2 goals down isn't a million miles away to keep that unbeaten streak alive. Oh, what a ball. Martial, Ramsdale with the save. And once again, the next goal crucial. It would either be an equaliser or probably see United cement their victory. That's how crucial it is. Could be time to make a change. I mean, Josh King's not having a great game, is he? Against, I mean, not according to the rating. I mean, in the highlights he's done okay though. Maybe I'll take Lerma off, bring Almada on. Stick him in an advanced playmaker role. Give him a bit more of a license to get forward. You know, we need that goal. Maybe I should move him forward as well, but just not sure. Get creative. We need to breach that United back line. So another change in the making. We don't have that many options. Stanislas. No. Let's bring Solanke on for Josh King. Come on, Cherries. Looks as though the game's drifting away to a close now, unless we can do something really late on. It doesn't look like it's going to happen. And we've lost. The unbeaten run has been ended by Manchester United. So a defeat for AFC Bournemouth. I think Vardiol seems happy now. He's perfected his ability to play left back. I mean, I still perhaps see him as a centre back long term. And yeah, let's send the assistant again, as I generally tend to do for most games. But the unbeaten run, crashing to a halt. And now we've got another really tough task at Stamford Bridge in the next game. Second live game of the episode, and it's a really tough tie at Stamford Bridge away to Chelsea. You know, we battered them 5-0 in the home game, so they're going to be really keen to gain revenge on us for that. And let's just see, what sort of team should I go for here. Skip ahead and I'll go with this. Ramsdale, Smith, Mepham, Ake, Gvardiol, Lewis Cook, Billing, Lerma, Hlosek, Josh King and Callum Wilson. And let's get into it. Come on, Cherries. Strong looking Chelsea side there. Ready for this one. The players are ready. The manager's ready. Assistant's ready to do his bit there. And we're underway. Chelsea 0, Bournemouth 0. Let's hope it's similar to the last time we played them. I mean, in real life, Chelsea, or rather Bournemouth, have been a bit of a bogey side for Chelsea, as Josh King makes a good run but fires wastefully wide. But yeah, we have got some pretty good results off them in real life, so hopefully that continues here. N'Golo Kante, third goal of the season. Terrible start. So much for picking up where we left off in the last encounter against these guys. Come on, I know we're capable of much better than that. I mean, we've just lost our unbeaten run. Although it was an unbeaten run that was full of a few too many draws to be particularly impressive. But, I mean, come on. We can beat Chelsea. What have they got? Who have they got? They don't scare us. We're above them in the league. They're yesterday's team. And now that I've said that, I'm sure they're going to batter us. But hopefully not. Azpilicueta, Kovacic, Tammy Abraham, 2-0. Too easy. Far too easy. 15th goal of the season for Tammy. It's just not gone well. It's just not going well at all, is it? Terrible start to this game. And we're 2-0 down, just as we were against Man United. And I mean, this one looks like it's going to be even worse. We're onto a hide in here. Can they make it 3? Surely not 2 for Kante. Oh, you're kidding me. He smashed in another one. Jesus. I can't believe it. I can't believe we're 3-0 down inside half an hour. And I did say they might want to get some revenge after losing 5-0 last time out, and they're certainly well on their way to doing that. 3-0 in the first half, and it's a long way back from here. Oh, yeah, he's onside. It's Slosek again. Is it? 4th goal of the season. And I mean, Gvardiol took that free kick. I'm not sure why. I might have to have a look at the tape. Although saying that, he's just got himself an assist. So who am I? Oh, I pressed the wrong button there. Press concentrate instead of get creative. It's all going wrong today. It's all going wrong this episode. Clicking the wrong button and everything. And we're 3-1 down as we approach the half-time whistle. Oh, come on, don't concede 4. Oh, over the bar. It's going to be a long 45 minutes, I think. Into the second, and it's Chelsea on the attack again and on the scoreboard again, and that's game over. That's the game. I mean, after those 2 games early in the season when we conceded 4 and 5 goals, I made some changes to the tactic to try and prevent these kind of drubbings, and for the most part it's actually worked incredibly well. But today it's just gone against us. I mean, Chelsea aren't even in particularly good form, to be honest with you, going into this one. If I remember correctly, I don't think they're in great form, but they just seem to be too good for us, don't they? Too good for us. And that great start to the season. 5-1, you kidding me? You are kidding me. How have we allowed this to happen? It's just, I mean, you know, when things just going against you and you just can't even be bothered to try and make any kind of change that might influence things that dramatically. I think this is one of those. See, Mepham scored a goal, didn't he? And he's still on that kind of rating. Yeah, I think it's just one of those. I've just kind of given up now. I mean, no point going attacking even. That'll just leave us open at the back to concede even more. So don't want to damage the goal difference too much. But yeah, after our great run and a narrow defeat to United, we've really come tumbling back down to earth with a bang, with a thud in this one. And yeah, 5-1. I mean, what else can I say? Go on, Callum. Nice finish. 22nd goal of the season. I mean, I think Sergio Aguero has actually caught up to him in the race for the Golden Boot, the top goal scorer. And I think they were level on 21 goals going into this one, so maybe he'll just edged back in front now. So I think City, I think they lost 1-0, didn't they, just before we played? I remember seeing it. I think they lost 1-0. That's Callum Wilson, finds Slosek. Oh, great strike, good save. As we try and make the scoreline a little bit more respectable. I mean, fair play to the players for keeping going till the final whistle. And that would have been a nice goal if Kepa hadn't made the save, but let's mind a bit more. Don't concede 6. Oh God, Tammy Abraham. How have we let Tammy Abraham score a hat-trick against us? This is embarrassing. I think this is the worst result of the season. I mean, we lost 5-1 at home to City at the start of the season, but this is worse. 6-2. Pathetic. Oh, we need to have a go at the players. See, Jason Tyndall thinks I should tell the players their efforts are excellent. I know they're away from home, but I'm going to say far from pleased. It's motivated a few of them at least. That's the only thing to come out of that. And our goal difference is now down to 10. And yeah, I think we're going to struggle. I mean, that's Chelsea. They're still behind us even after that. And Everton are in good form. They just beat Liverpool recently 3-0. So they're a team in form in 8th place. I mean, I think we're going to struggle to finish in that top 6. I mean, I don't think we should fall anything below 8th from where we are. So it's going to be a good season, all in all, whatever happens from here on out. But it's just disappointing to see a performance like that after the run we've been on. So we'll leave it there. A really disappointing episode results-wise after a good unbeaten run, but we've got a chance to pick ourselves back off the mat in the FA Cup 5th round against Norwich. It's an away game, not going to be easy, but I mean, Norwich are still struggling in the league. We've beat them twice this season already, so hopefully we can morale will pick itself up in between now and then. And other thing I didn't mention, actually, I don't think I mentioned it, was that we did lose one of the players. We did let Simon Francis go to Colorado on a free transfer. He was requested a leave. His contract was up at the end of the season anyway. He wanted out, so I figured I'd let him go jet off to the States to finish his career. And Nathan Ake was really unhappy about it. Unhappy at the sale of Simon Francis, who he felt was a leader. And he probably had a point, but I thought I was just being nice, giving him a nice move. But yeah, some of the players did agree with him. I had to call a team meeting, and luckily I think pretty much everyone was on my side by the end, other than obviously Ake and Artur Boric, I think was the only other one that sided with him. And he's even at the end of the season, backup keeper. I'm not going to play him in the FA Cup 5th round anymore as a result of him disagreeing with me, falling out of line that way. But I mean, that's the end of the episode. I think we'll come back. Maybe we'll come back for the Liverpool-Newcastle doubleheader in April. And hopefully we've got a few winnable games between now and then. So hopefully the form will have picked itself back up just in time for Liverpool to smash us again. Okay. All right. So thanks for watching, guys. Please remember to like and subscribe to the channel. It's much appreciated. And I'll see you soon. Cheers, guys.